Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya.
Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram,
Rama 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 Ram,
Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram,
Rama 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 Ram,
Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की
Jai.
सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु. Once again, with a deep gratitude for being able to sing His divine name in His powerful shrine, we offer our grateful pranams at His lotus feet. As we have been seeing glimpses from the life of Bhagwan, from the lives of his devotees. To get closer to Bhagwan, to invoke a greater blessing from him for the entire humanity. The way the situation is at present, the world is caught in deep suffering everywhere, in all aspects of life. The only way open to us is His grace, for which Bhagwan taught us to sing His name, which we are doing and praying. Here, today we shall see 2 or 3 devotees, how in their everyday life, whenever they face a difficult situation, at mere calling out to Him, the help comes. Shri Girija has written from Chennai to say that she has a 1.5-year-old child. One day she felt she was going to catch cold. It was a mild attack of cold. All the same, she was frightened because don't they say that COVID starts with cold? It was 2020, the first wave, and anybody got frightened if they should have a runny nose. And naturally, she was very frightened because the child who is with her all the time would also get it. She didn't know what to do. All she knows is only Yogi Ramsuratkumar and his Nama. So she prayed to Bhagwan from the depth of her heart. She, by chanting his name, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, and then she did not know what to offer. She had 2 dates. Immediately she went inside, brought those 2, kept them before Bhagwan. After chanting his name, she offered them at his feet. It struck her, if she took his prasad, this cold would go away. So with great faith in the name, with great faith in the offering, she prayed, and then the offered dates she took as medicine. She said, Bhagwan, this is from you. What could be a greater medicine than this? I trust you completely and take it as your gift of medicine to me. And she ate it up. And she says, to her great wonder and joy, she found these cold symptoms gone by the evening. Now, let's think what could be the connection between the dates, Bhagwan and COVID. Bhagwan often said, it is not the medicine, though of course we are going after the right medicine all the time, that we should, and we do. Bhagwan said, it is not the medicine that cures the disease. It is my Father in the medicine. It is not the doctors who cure the patients. It is my Father. He kept declaring it at one period. We remember another incident when Shri Ganeshana had high BP. Bhagwan prescribed buttermilk. And then Shri Ilayaraja had low BP. Shri Ganeshana had low BP and Bhagwan prescribed buttermilk. Shri Ilayaraja had high BP. When he came to know that Ganeshana was prescribed this buttermilk, and it did not trouble him anymore, when he approached with Ganeshana, Swami prescribed the same thing. He said, take buttermilk. And then, in the end, when they doubted it so much, if they heard it right at all, Bhagwan said, it is not in the buttermilk, Ganesha. Surely the medicine is in the hands of God. And she says, every day, Girija, as soon as she gets up, she would look at the picture of Bhagwan. She would wake up only at the feet of Bhagwan. And then go through the routine of the day. And she would chant the name as much as possible for her in the circumstances. So, one day when she came out of her room with the child, her little one was following her. She closed the door, she kind of slammed it. And that particular day, she didn't know why. Immediately she looked at the door, the closing door. She says it was not her habit at all. That particular day, something made her look back, and then she found, to her great horror, the child had put her fingers in the slit between the frame and the door. Immediately she could stop it. Otherwise, even to think about it is terrifying. What could have happened to the child? She says, it's all because I depend only upon Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And I start my day with Yogi Ramsuratkumar. That Bhagwan, in so many ways, in simple ways, he is protecting me, he is guiding me, he is helping me. Now we shall shift to another scene. Sangeeta from Bangalore, she says her mother, 72 years, this 2020 December, it was the month of Margari. Her mother would get up so early. At 4 o'clock she would light the lamp and then take it to the veranda to keep it. So when she was going, when she went near the door that opens to the veranda, there was something there, down there on the floor. It was dark. She didn't see it. She tripped over, fell down. You can imagine a 72-year-old lady falling down unexpectedly, especially when she carries a lamp, a burning lamp. Now when she fell down, she had almost rolled over the floor and sat, and then she found herself, the two legs, knee downwards, were under her, and she was sitting on those two legs. She already had a problem with her knee. And she had put her hands on the floor. The hands were resting on the floor, and her whole body weight was resting on the legs. And still, to their surprise, to their delight, they found there was not even a scratch anywhere. Sangeeta says, it's all Bhagwan's Nama, it's only Bhagwan's grace that this could have happened to her mother, because imagine the whole weight upon the legs. Anything, anywhere could have broken. Nothing happened. Now we shall shift to Coimbatore, Lakshmi Meena. She is handicapped. She has retired from her service. After the retirement from Coimbatore, she had gone to her sister's place in Bangalore. She lived in a separate house, and from there, from Coimbatore, she heard from her brother from Coimbatore. He is also living in Coimbatore only. It is he who let her know there is an advertisement for a certain job. And he filled up the form for that. But then all the certificates needed, they were in the house where she was living, and they were put in the locker, and she had the key in Bangalore with her. She has another brother who's living in Trichy. He has the house key. The house key is with her brother in Trichy. It was with her brother in Trichy. And she had the locker key with her. So her brother of Coimbatore had filled up the form for the new job. But where would he go for the certificates? She had to come all the way to get it from her house, from Coimbatore. She began to chant. She thought it was impossible with her condition and the two brothers staying elsewhere. How is it possible? She began to chant Yogi Ramsuratkumar desperately. She said, I have no other way, I have no other help. Bhagwan, please see to it that I send the finished form, the filled up form, the application form in the right time. And then somehow she sent the keys to her brother in Trichy, and then the brother from Trichy went all the way to Coimbatore, retrieved those certificates, and by the time they finished everything, it was the last day, and there were only 10 minutes left. He rushed there to the government office, and of course those people understood. They waited and took it from him. She says it's pure grace of Bhagwan. It could not have happened considering the circumstances. And what's more, when she had the interview, she was selected. She was given the license for selling those forms. She was very happy that she was selected. And then she was called to Coimbatore. Again, there's problem of the transport. Again, she prayed and prayed to Bhagwan. And a friend of hers from Coimbatore arranged for a vehicle, and she was able to report in time to the office. Now she says every bit of it is only a gift from Bhagwan. The only way she can return her gratitude to him is to work sincerely and earn a good name. So you see, there's just one more. Dinesh Jairam from Chennai. He says in June 2020, he was living in Chennai with his mother, brother and sister, and nobody went out because there was already this curfew, lockdown. But every 3 days, he alone was going out to buy some vegetables and pick up milk packets. But suddenly he found that he had this mild, he has fever, the first symptom of COVID. Then he took some paracetamol, and then it left him after 3 days. In the meantime, his brother picked it up. He was running temperature. He also took paracetamol. He was cured in 3 days. And then the sister picked it up. She also went through the same process, and it was over soon. But now they were terrified that their mother would get it, and she did. Dinesh says that he had to go through endless suffering. It was not so easy with her because she is old. And the fever, they could not find any paracetamol. Because whenever he went to any medical shop, they denied, they refused flatly, saying that he should get a recommendation, a doctor's certificate that he needed this medicine. Where would he go? To spot a doctor, to go to a hospital was very, very difficult. Already the hospitals were overflowing. The doctors were afraid to attend. At least some doctors, many doctors helped very bravely, but some doctors even refused, afraid that they would get it also. So in such a situation, almost 5 or 6 days had gone without any medicine. It aggravated so much that his mother began to suffer severely. Now there came a time when she could no more bear it. She had to be rushed to a hospital. Again, when he came out on the road, no auto was available, no transport of any kind. He says that every level he had to struggle. So he started, that is when he started chanting the name. He chanted and chanted. Within 10 minutes, he spotted an auto. It's only Swami who sent it. And then, of course, he took his mother to the nearest health center. They gave her, prescribed some medicines immediately, but they insisted that she should go to another medical center, get this COVID test done. Of course, it was COVID positive, and she had to be admitted in a hospital, but there was no way he could achieve it because it was Saturday evening. When he approached those people for an ambulance, those people said, "This is Saturday afternoon. Sunday you cannot get in. No doctors, no work will get done. So you come on Monday." He said, "No, this condition is serious. She has to be rushed to the hospital. Please arrange for an ambulance." But it was denied to him. So that is when he took up writing the Nama. He took the name very seriously, and he found out that nothing could happen without the help of Bhagwan. He started writing Bhagwan's Nama very seriously, because of which there was a door opened. A friend of his immediately spoke of a doctor friend, and he was in contact, and then his mother was rushed to a private hospital, and in 10 days treatment she became better. On the 13th day she was discharged. He says it's only Bhagwan's Nama at every level that could get things done. It was not easy at all. So when you see all this in our everyday life, especially in the prevalent situation, how much necessary to remember God, to chant His name, to invoke His grace. So Bhagwan, who helps people every day, in every difficult situation, is here right in front of us. We shall appeal to His compassionate nature and invoke His grace. Bhagwan, it is only by your immediate divine intervention the humanity can be freed from this monstrous virus. Bhagwan, please free the world from the clutches of this virus and its variants, and bring back normalcy in every aspect of life, everywhere in the world. And Bhagwan, kindly remove the panic of the pandemic, stop the rapid spread of the disease, enter the medicine. Only you in the medicine can cure, only you in the medicine can kill the virus family. And Bhagwan, all those people who very badly need a room in the hospital under subsequent treatment. Please reach out to them. Please make the rooms available to them under treatment. And those tapasvins, people who are laboring day and night at the very risk of their life, fighting the disease for the sake of the others, please give them protection. And we beg you for a lift to economy, and above all, constant remembrance of your name with the attitude of being a good instrument in your hands. And Bhagwan, above all, we beg you again and again to give us that purification so that we could see only your presence and your blessing in every happening of life. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar